सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम, salutations to all. So in this fifth canto, 19th discourse, we have seen up to now all the different varshas which were there and who is the deity who is being propitiated there, who is the main devotee, and what is the mantra of that deity, and what is the glory of that deity. All that was given systematically. And the last Varsha that we saw was the Bharat Varsha. And Nar Narayan Rishi, they are Krishna and Arjuna. Nara is Jiva, Narayana is Ishvara. They both are meditating, and Naraji is glorifying them. And that is in Badrinath, they are there. And so we have seen up to verse number 15. Now, the glory of Bharat Varsha and the speciality of being born as a human here on this in this Bharat Varsha, that will come in this next portion of this 19th chapter. So first, there are a number of rivers and mountains in this glorious land, and those have been given in detail. Many names are given here. So the idea is to understand that Bharat as a geographical place also has existed for thousands of years. If somebody says that this is only a union of states, or there was no Bharat Varsha before, and after the British came and all that it started, all that is stupidity. They just want to make us alienated from our culture. And so here you see Bharat Varsha, the names of the mountains and rivers are there. Some of them we will be able to recognize, some we may not be able to recognize. But the point is, when the scripture is saying it, that's a praman, that's a valid means or a valid proof that Bharat as an entity has existed. The name has been given, Bharat Varsha, etc. Before that it was Ajanabha Varsha, that also we saw in this chapter. And the names of those places, many of them exist even today. So you will see some of these mountains. So here it is said, Bharatepi asmin varshe Sarit Shailaha. Sarit is the river, Shailaha, the mountains. Santi Bahavaha. There are a lot of them. Example, so now it starts. Malayo Mangala Prastho, Mainaka, Trikuta, Rishabha, Kutakaha. Like that, one list comes there. So Malaya, Mangal Prastha, Mainak, Trikut, Rishab, Kutak, Kollaka, Sahya, Sahya is Sahyadri. Devagiri, Rishyamuka, Sri Shaila, Venkata, Mahendra, Varidhara, Vindhya, Suktiman, Rikshagiri, Pariyatra, Drona, Chitrakuta, Govardhana, Raivataka, Kakubha, Nila, Gokamukha, Indrakila, and Kamagiri. Kamadgiri also we see when we go to Chitrakoot. So the point is, if you see in this, Sri Shailam is mentioned, Vindhya is mentioned, in the rivers you will see Brahmaputra is mentioned, all. So also the other narrative that people peddle, that there's a divide between the north and the south, and the Aryans from Central Asia came and pushed the native residents down to the south, and then they have Aryan supremacy, and they are the white-skinned people, Dravidians are the dark-skinned people. All that is concocted theory. Bharat has been one, culturally united. There may be, yes, geographical differences, which is there across the world. There will be different languages and types of food and the culture and the way of speaking and living, etc. But that does not mean that we were not united. People from down south went to Ganga. Bhagwan Shiva is worshipped all over the country as in the form of Shivlinga. Jyotirlingas are spread out throughout the country. Like that, so many factors are there. One of them is this, that all the mountains, so many mountains are mentioned of both north, south, east, west, everything. It's not limited only to some particular geographical area. Then he says, then Shukdev ji goes on and says that after giving all these names, he says, other hundreds and thousands of mountains, and there are countless big and small rivers flowing from their sides. People of Bharat Varsha, they take a dip in these rivers and they purify themselves. Uh, Even just by the name, if you utter, that will purify. Because these are, so for us, these are not just physical entities in terms of stones or just some water, but these are what? These are all expressions of the divine for us. And so Ganga, there is a Devi, Ganga Devi. Like that, Himalaya, there's Parvatraj Himalaya, and his daughter is Parvati. So, like that, for us, each of them are divine beings who manifest also on this earth through the physical uh, mountain or a river or forest or whatever it may be. And so, even their very name, ideals are associated with it, values are associated, devotion is invoked in the heart. So, even that, suppose one is not able to go, obviously, Ganga Snan every day, one can't go to the Ganga Ji if someone is living away from the river, then one is taking bath and remembering Mother Ganga, and then that is Ganga Snan. So, very name will purify. So, now some of the rivers are mentioned here. Chandravasa, Tamraparni, Avatoda, Kritamala, Vaihayasi, Kaveri, Veni, Payasvini, Sharkaravarta, Tungabhadra, Krishna, Venya, Bhima, Rathi, Godavari, Nirvindhya, Payoshni, Tapi, Reva, Surasa, Narmada, Charmanvati, Sindhu, Andha is Brahmaputra, and Shone. These two are male actually. Others are all female. Then Mahanadi, Vedasmriti, Rishikulya, Trisama, Kaushiki, Mandakini, Yamuna, Saraswati, Drishadvati, Gomati, Sarayu, Rodhaswati, Saptavati, Sushoma, Shatadru, Chandrabhaga, Marud, Vridha, Vitasta. Vitasta is what is Jhelam. We are calling it Jhelam. It is actually Vitasta. Then Asikni, Vishwa. These are principal rivers. Of course, there are many more which may be there. Now, important point to understand is, again, if you see, this covers all the different parts of the country. Then, you may say why Ganga is not mentioned in this. Full section will come separately about Ganga Ji and the Sagar Raja and all of them. Then, it is by men born in this Varsha alone that manifold states of existence can be achieved by the human beings. Men means human, don't think only men. It includes women also. So they can become devata also, So human also and asura also. All the three they can. The Purushartha Kshamata. Saraswati is there, no? I mentioned Saraswati. Saraswati is there, Drishadvati is also there. Both are there. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so the human beings have the special capability of Purushartha because the Buddhi is there, and so Bhagavatam here says that one can become anything. Asminneva varshe purushaihi labdha janmabhihi shukla lohita krishna varnena na swarabdhena karmana divya manusha naraka gatayoho bahvaya atmana anupurvyena sarva hyesha sarvesham vidhiyante. So one can attain all the three. One can become divine devata, enjoying the swarga. One can become human again, come back on this earth. One can go devolve to asura level also. All based on what? Based on one's purushartha, what one does as a duty, based on one's own varna and ashrama. See, varnashrama dharma is so important in the spiritual evolution of a jiva. That's why he says here that the duties prescribed by discharging them for each varna, a person when they dedicate the actions to Bhagwan and they do this selflessly, wanting nothing in return for themselves, such people purify their minds. By doing duty alone or even by dedicating it to Bhagwan, it will not lead to liberation by itself. Liberation comes by Atmajnan. But this Karma Yoga will purify the mind, and with such a pure mind, when one goes to the Guru, listens to the knowledge, one will get purified. And so, this is why he says here, and that capability is there in the human being, not in every being, and specifically on this earth, in the Bharat Varsha. Jambu Dvipa is the big one. Remember, Jambu Dvipa is a huge one. That is divided into 9 Varshas, and then in that one is Bharat Varsha. So he says here that here in this Bharat Varsha, Asminneva Varshe, Eva means only in this. In other Varshas, there are people who are living, but they will exhaust their karmas. Those are Bhoga Yoni. This is Karma Yoni, especially human birth. That's why he says Purushaihi Labdha Janmabhihi, the human birth. So, this is the sadhana that one can do here. And finally, that will prepare a person for mukti. And what is that mukti? From Bhagavad standpoint, it is ceaseless flow of devotion towards the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva, who is the Supreme Spirit, inner controller of all the living beings, who is free from all partiality, who is beyond the range of speech, who has no other cause, who is infinite self-caused cause, the substratum of everything, on whom everything rests, but who does not rest on anything else. That ultimate truth. Having devotion to that Supreme Lord and forgetting one's own individuality in that is a mukti. In Jnana Marg, we say it is realizing the nature of the Atma, that I am Satchidananda Swarup Atma, I am not this body, mind, and intellect. Then it appears only when this mukti will happen, when one gets the company of the devotees, people who have complete surrender to Bhagwan, such devotees. When there is close association with the servants of Bhagwan Vishnu, when that we attain, when we get that company, then this ignorance and all the other effects of that ignorance will be cut asunder. Now, Bhagwan is all pervasive, no doubt. But realized on the earth, the speciality of being born as a human on this earth, as well as in this specific Bharat Varsha. Devatas glorify this Bharat Varsha. That is this portion here, where we see verse number 21 onwards. Just give me a minute. So, this human life, devatas are extolling this human life here. अहो अमीशां किमकारि शोभनं प्रसन्न एषां स्विदुत स्वयं हरिः यैर्जन्म लब्धं नृषु भारताजिरे मुकुंद सेवै मुकुंद सेवौपैकं स्पृहाहिनः. So the devatas extol this human life, and what do they say? That what punya karma must this jiva have done, that this jiva is Bhagwan is pleased with this jiva. Bhagwan Hari Mukunda is pleased with this jiva of his own accord, and because of that Bhagwan has given him janma in this Bharat Varsha. Sorry, I have to go for a minute again. There's somebody at the door. So the Devatas, they praise this, like how meritorious this jiva would be, that Bhagwan Hari is pleased with them of his own accord, and who have secured this rarest of birth, the human births, in the land of Bharatvarsha. Why this is so rare? Because here it is this Mukunda Seva Aupaikam Sprahahinaha. So the service of Bhagwan Mukunda can happen in this, and this rare birth is coveted even by us, meaning we also crave that array we should be born on Bharat, in Bharat Varsha, as a human being. Devatas are craving to be born in Bharat Varsha, and people in Bharat Varsha are craving to go to other countries. This is the trick of Maya. Where we are, mind doesn't like that place. Mind wants to go somewhere else. Or udhar jao, this place is better, that place is better. After going to that place, then or that previous place was better. Or some other place is better. To be here and now, in the present, in time and in space, that is sadhak vritti. One is there wherever jahi vidhi rakhe ram tahi vidhi rahiye. If one has to, there's nothing wrong in planning for something or doing, any expansion, growth, whatever it is. But the point is, it should be out of joy, out of happiness. Wherever we are, everywhere is Bhagwan only. What else? That is a bhakta's mindset. There will be some functional challenges, some company or people or certain types of food or water or language, or those are functional challenges that one has to deal with. But my point is, as far as sadhana is concerned, the best body is human body. The best place is Bharat Varsha. Now, why is Bharat Varsha the best place? Because here, for thousands of years, Mahatmas have done tapasya. Sacred places are there everywhere. The goal of life, whether one knows it or not, it will get imbibed in a very subconscious way when one is exposed to so much of spiritual knowledge, culture, diversity, family values, many things are there. But if those are slowly getting eroded, then this land will become like any other materialistic place. A land which has been there for thousands of years, where culture has developed, and this is the only land where culture has survived for that many years after invasions and attacks and continuous attempts even now to destroy it. What is the power, glory, experience, vibration of this land compared to some other countries who are just 200, 300 years old? They're still developing, they're still trying to achieve a certain material prosperity, which this country has seen many times. The material prosperity, the ups and downs it has seen. And not that anything wrong in attaining material prosperity, but that is not the benchmark. Benchmark is evolution. Benchmark is devotion to Bhagwan. Benchmark is how much have I come to know who am I truly, how much am I anchored in Varnashrama Dharma to discover who I am really made for, what am I really made for, and serve the society, purify the mind. How much has the mind become sharp, single pointed, subtle, pure? Those are all the benchmarks. And the conducive, most conducive environment for that is Bharat Varsha. Because there is guidance available, there are various paths available, teachers available, systems available. You see, somebody asked Gurudev, I would have said this earlier also, but relevant in this context, so I'm again repeating. So somebody asked Gurudev that why is it that avatars have happened only in Bharat? Why are avatars not taking birth in any other land in this world? So Gurudev immediately looked back and he said, why is it that America and China get maximum medals in the Olympics? Olympics going on right now, so that example is come. That why they gained maximum medals? Because they have invested that much time, energy, resources, prioritized it, and they are getting it. If some other countries do it, then they are also able to get it. Same way, if other people, other countries, they prioritize, they have a demand, Bhagwan will go there also. If there is no demand, there is no supply. In this land, people have demanded again and again. Devotees have done such hard work, tapasya, and they want Bhagwan to manifest, and Bhagwan has manifested. So the idea is only this, that this beautiful opportunity that one has, Bhagavatam only will say this further now, you see, that devatas are wondering that what have we gained. See, even devatas have become devatas after human body. Okay, that's the point to understand. One will not suddenly become a devata from an animal. One will come to human birth, and that's why earlier it was said, no, by doing varnashrama dharma, dedicating it to Bhagwan, one will purify the mind. So that is sattvic quality. But there are some people who will have rajasic qualities, tamasic also predominantly. So they will want heaven. So they will do dana, punya, yajna, all the even duties with the specific objective, I want to enjoy subtle pleasures in the heaven. So they have become devatas now. Now they are wondering, having become devatas, what is the use of all this effort that we did? We became devatas. We are only able to enjoy. We are not able to speed up our evolution. See that. That's what they say. What has been gained by us through sacrificial performances, austerities, sacred vows, charity, and various other meritorious acts, which by themselves are very difficult to perform. Still, we performed all of that and we became devatas. Or even fruitless attainment of heaven. He says we became devatas, we enjoyed here, but what is the use of all this? Why? because there is no opportunity for remembrance of Bhagwan Narayana because there is excessive gratification of the senses. There is, meaning it is bhoga yoni. See, exception will be there even in this Swarga, that somebody like some Indra or some other Jiva, you will find that they are having the desire for Brahma Gyan, and then they will approach Brahmaji or somebody and they will ask for Brahma Gyan. But those are exceptions. Majority are because they've gone there for that enjoyment, because they did Punya Karma for that. And so, Devatas are wondering what, like I said, after, so at some point the mind will want, hey, I want to become that, I want to go there. After one goes there, what is the use of this? Earlier was better. The Devatas are feeling that now. Hey, we did itna mehnat and then we came here. Now, what is the point? Look at these human beings down there on the earth. They are having this opportunity. They can speed up their evolution and they are able to dedicate Bhagwan actions to Bhagwan. The idea is only to make us realize that what is the importance of this birth that we have, and not to take it for granted and not to waste it. How many people waste it? Yes, life may be difficult in some situation, there's no doubt, but I can't escape my karma. If I try to do that now, escape from it, go into anything, drugs, depression, suicide, all that, and then karma is not going to leave. Again, I will be back to catch up with that same karma phala. What is the point? The best is to face it with Purushartha, remembrance of Bhagavan, hold on to the divine name, go through it, exhaust it, finished. So, this is the Devatas, what they are feeling. Then he goes on to say that securing a birth in the land of Bharat Varsha, even if it is a short span of life, because human life, how much? 100 years, 80, 90, 100, 120 max. Now it is going to be very interesting. You watch in a few years, it may happen in our lifetime. They are going to put some chip or something and also do some, they are doing genetic research. So they have come across this gene which is responsible for aging. And then they put some artificial intelligence wala chip and this gene and this and that, and one can live for 500 years. Think, 500 years. And what will you do? All the jobs, robots are taking up so much of it. What will one do? 500 years and no job if one has properly to engage. Better learn meditation from now. Learn japa, learn adhyatmic sadhana, because that robot cannot do. Robot cannot give mukti, how much ever it may be advanced, it can't give mukti. That we only have to attain. So the point is, as of now, the human life is small. So even if it becomes 500, what is the life of a devata? Very long. But the devata is saying that that short life with the capability of doing purushartha is much better than even long life. And the number is given here, you see, that covering 1,000, so means a kalpa, so which means the 1,000 chatur yogis. 43 lakh 20,000 years is one yuga, one cycle of 4 yugas. Like that, 1,000 chatur yogis, one kalpa. He says even if that long period of time is attained, and in that one is even going to higher worlds like, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Meaning apart from Swarga. Swarga is Bhogayoni, but others are higher worlds where people who have meritorious deeds, who are interested in sadhana, and they are not interested in sense enjoyments and all, they will go to these higher worlds above Swarga. Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, all that. He says even if one is born there, meaning one goes to such worlds in appropriate bodies, and then one is doing some sadhana there, still that long life is not much, is not as glorious as compared to the short life of the human being on this earth. Why? Because in these other worlds, a few things which are here on earth are not available. On in the especially Bharat Varsha, not available. So what are they? Um, One is that with their sadhana, one can become fearless and become one with the Lord Hari. Then there the next streams of nectar in the shape of stories of Bhagavan Vishnu don't flow. So Hari Katha is not happening. Then what is happening in those worlds? Is the Jiva is sitting in meditation, Jiva is having satsang, Jiva is living in some self-control. Satsang in the sense, one's own individual thing. This Hari Katha, nobody is sitting like how this Bhagavatam is happening. Na? Shukdev ji is narrating to Parikshit Raja, or Sutaji is telling to Shaunak Rishi and all the 60,000 rishis sitting in Naimisharanya. That type of a Samohik Satsang and Harikatha and listening to the glories of Bhagavan and his Leelas and his pastimes and stories, that is not there in the other worlds. So he says that you will get only in Bharat Varsha. Even Brahmaloka you will not get that, he says that. And then there are no devotees. So one thing is Harikatha, second is devotees of Bhagavan. So there are no pious devotees of Bhagavan from whom one can listen to the Katha of Bhagavan. Meaning, those who go to these higher worlds, of course, they are sadhaks who are great, vairagis, etc. But this bhakta who goes around spreading the glory of Bhagavan, that type of bhakta one doesn't find. And when one listens to such devotees living on the nectarian streams of the Harikatha, where there are no sacrificial performances to propitiate the Lord, that is the third thing. So one is Harikathas are not there. Second, bhaktas are not there who are going around spreading this. Third, rituals are not being done to propitiate Bhagavan. On earth, lots of rituals will be done because it's karma yoni and karma bhumi. So even the rituals, it may be yajna, yaga, havan, ekadashi, upvas, japa, anything, whatever sadhana, nam, sankirtan, all of those. And specifically, yes, Vedic rituals also. So he says here that these Vedic rituals and sacred sacrificial performances intended to propitiate Bhagavan Vishnu, they are not there. And accompanied with grand festivities. So it is not just some, ritual which is mechanically done. It is with grand festivities and lot of decorations and annadan and satsangs in between. This narration, if you remember, in Naimisharanya, so many sadhus have got together and they are doing elaborate ritual to propitiate Bhagavan. And it is not for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It will go on for many days. So it will have various um, time periods when the ritual will happen, and then there will be a gap in between. At that time, they come together, do some satsang. That time, they are not saying, Chalo, ritual has stopped, and now just go sleep, enjoy for some time, do some Instagram, this, that, and again come back. If ritual is not happening, of course, they'll do some basic eating and taking rest and all that, but in between time, they're doing satsangs. So elaborate discussions and Bhagavad Katha and Annadan, Puja, Japa, Samohik, Nam Sankirtan, Prabhat Feri. So it is accompanied by a lot of festivities, grand decorations, dances, celebrations, but all connected to the divine. He says all that is not available. So what is the point of being born and living for a long time in these places? See, the idea is these higher places, they are not being condemned here. What is being said is that on this earth, in this human life, being born in Bharat Varsha, these are the uniquenesses and beauties that we should value and make use of this, because otherwise we think in today's world, I am not ritualistic, I am not puja type, I am not this, I am only a Vedantin. Hare Ram. Each of them have such beautiful impact on our life. The rituals are there, the satsang is there, the devotees are there, so many different types of sadhanas are there. Our life is so enjoyable, inspiring when all this is there. Otherwise, what will the mind do? Bhoga and karma. That's all it will do. Now, where is bhakti, bhajan, sadhana, seva, sanyam, swadhyaya? वो सब उड़ गया. And that's why he says here finally that those jivas who do not strive to secure immunity from rebirth. This is the land, this is the birth where I can get out of this cycle of birth and death and realize oneness with the divine. If I value all these, which are not available anywhere else. See, very rare few people, or we should say in quantity, a small number of people are those who walk the path independently and they don't need any other support system, and they are able to turn within, absorb their mind, revel in the Lord, do their sadhanas. Such very exalted, evolved, meritorious jivas whose mind has become very highly sattvic, they will go to all this Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. But common man, we need satsang. Are ordinary things we want company or not? A morning walk, you go and see so many people are walking. In that, there will be lots of people who are walking in groups. They have buddy system. Na? You are my buddy, gym buddy. Nowadays, they have the gym buddy. Why? Because if your enthusiasm goes down, your gym buddy has come knocking your door. Chalo, time to go. If the gym buddy was not there, then I would have lazy, slept off, not gone to the gym. For physical exercise, I'm saying. Then what to talk about satsang, sadhana, japa, all that are subtler. So we need motivation. We need people to be with us. We want to feel that I belong to this group of enthusiastic community of devotees, and we do sadhana together, we do seva together, we serve together, and there's a sense of family and bonding and sattvic. Now all that is nice. So we need all that. And so he says, this is on this earth, in this Bharat Varsha, this is the most beautiful opportunity. And if somebody doesn't value that and doesn't strive to get out of cycle of birth and death, somebody may value this and come because they want to socialize. Some people come because they want to find a match for their children. Very many reasons. Some people come to increase their contacts, so they can improve their business. One year it happened, Gurudev, he fired people. He said, don't make Chinmay Mission the platform to promote your business. We are here to serve. Because some people started doing that. Treating like any other club where you join and then you want to build contacts, and through that you do networking, through that you want to, here we are to put aside selfishness and do selfless work. You are pushing your selfish agenda into it and trying to get maximum benefit for yourself out of it. When Gurudev saw that happening and becoming a dangerous trend, he immediately fired them. He said, don't you come and do any of this here. Keep the discussions to culture, country, seva, scripture, bhakti, all that. Otherwise, one can do anything, in the groups. So here he says that having been born here, if one doesn't utilize this opportunity to get out of the cycle of birth and death, then after attaining this human birth, fully equipped with knowledge, capacity for action, and which can lead to Atmagyan, and all the substances that will help in sadhana, all these benefits that we just saw, blessings that we just saw, having fallen into bondage, if one does not strive to get out of this, then the analogy given is it is like falling once again into the net. This wild bird once again falls into the net. Having got disentangled, that this wild bird, what does it do? It goes back to the same tree and sporting on that same tree where it was trapped, it again falls into that same trap. It is like that. How many times you would have got human body but did not recognize the glory of it, utilized it only for some sense enjoyment, and then again birth, body drops, did not know the truth, go into cycle of birth and death. As per whatever karma, one will get whichever jiva body one has to get, and then rarely after some hundreds of thousands of years, whatever it may be, one may get a human body again. Of course, it depends on karma. If a karma is so strong that one gets a human body once again, that also is possible. But there is no such guarantee, and we don't know what is our baggage of past karma. So one should strive to know the truth here and now. Not even attempt to go to Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. That is what this is saying. Attempt to know this absolute truth in this human life. That is the best use of it. And the Upanishads also say the same thing. Iha ched avedi tatha satyam asti. Upanishad says, Iha ched avedi. If you know this here and now, atha satyam asti, then this human birth has been utilized very well. Na ched iha avedin mahati vinashti. If one doesn't know or one doesn't strive to know this truth, great is the loss. We can't estimate what is the loss. Because it's not in monetary terms, it is in terms of opportunities to evolve, because not easy to be born on this earth, especially in this land of Bharat. One may say, Swamiji, population explosion is happening here. There are people who are populating this country with the vested interest to destroy. That the whole point is only that, no? It's not only being born as a human being in Bharat Varsha, it is with this bhav to get out of cycle of birth and death, to serve Bhagwan with the duties dedicated to Bhagwan, to do the sadhanas, to have the katha, to have the samohik participation, in various sadhanas that one is doing, to do the rituals, to celebrate life with Bhagwan as the center of one's life. That is the main purpose. Otherwise, the population can keep increasing, then Bharat as a geographical place may be there, but it will not remain as the identity, the culture, which is why this land is so sacred, that will not remain. So to preserve that also, we have to be very alert and careful. If we think only about I, me and mine, and I will go here, I will go there, my bungalow, my money, my children, my uh, enjoyment, bus. And be in a denial mode, that nothing is happening, no, Hindu culture will never get extinct, we don't have to do anything. Who will do then? Hindus don't want to have children. Why? Because that's how it has become. Now, education has become costly, and so why will we have children? And now we want to travel. We don't want responsibility. We want to live our life the way we want. All that kind of thought process is being fed into our minds. Others are not bothered about that. We only are the dumb fools who buy into all these stupidities, become selfish completely, and let the culture and country go to whatever level they fall for. Pathetic. Then where Bharat Varsha will remain? Then devatas will sit and say, अरे बाबा बच गए, हम भारतवर्ष में जन्म नहीं हुआ, नहीं तो क्या हो जाता, हमारा धर्म भ्रष्ट हो जाता. That is what will happen, na, eventually. If devatas are saying all this, they have given the reasoning for it, because rituals are there, because Hari Katha is there, because devotees are there, because the environment for sadhana is there, all that they have given. Now, if that we don't preserve, then what is the point? So we have to be very alert and tell our next generation in whatever way possible, through whichever language they understand, whether it is science or demographics or culture or the deeper values, whatever it may be. It has to be emphasized. See, the left ecosystem is hell bent on destroying anything that will sustain culture and religion. Family, they will destroy. Government, institutions, they will destroy. College, education, any form of organized thing where there is something, where there is an authority, where one can learn from, or where there is a certain control, they will want to destroy that, but they will establish their own control. That people are not able to see clearly. Some of them, young people, easily carried away because rebellious spirit is there. I have to rebel, rebel, rebel. And everything, if you watch, from food onwards, what all marketing happens, food, medicine, education, healthcare, everywhere, absolute materialism to the at the cost of human lives. How much all this, alternate milks, banana milk and almond milk, not banana, what is that? Almond milk and oats milk, this milk, that milk. If you see the content behind, how much of seed oils are there, and seed oil is not even actual oil, proper oil. Some of these are all chemically processed and made. Other day I was seeing something, some burger which has been bought some 7 years ago has been kept, and there is no mold on that also, because it has even the bacteria and small the smaller life forms, they don't want to grow on that because it is made with such synthetic chemicals. The point is, what, I mean, whom are we following? एंड वो लोग घूम फिर के हमारी चीजें हमको पैकेज करके वापस देते हैं. Disposable plastic, I mean, disposable glass and disposable cup and disposable plate and this and that. And happily we were eating in Pattal, and they called us uncivilized and tribal and barbarian, and they came to civilize us. And now environment is in a problem. Single-use plastic you should discard. Arey, we were eating in banana leaves happily. We were eating in Pattal happily. Who told you to come and destroy our civilization and teach us to eat with spoon and fork and falan and dhikna? Anything you see, I'm not saying we should not adapt to the newer, anything which is good or modern or new, no problem, we can adapt. But what is the uh, intent behind what people are promoting, and what is the effect of it? If that is not even known, everywhere people ask, has any scientific study being done on the effect of meditation on this? Has any scientific study being done on fasting? Has anything been done to understand why we should take a bath in the Kumbh Mela on this particular day? Show me the scientific research. Oh, very good. Then show the scientific research on any new innovation also, no, that we are putting inside. That time we become guinea pigs. And then we realize, oh, this has happened, that has happened. So many places now, if you read, people are saying what? That if your cholesterol goes below 200, 220 actually, you are surely harboring cancer in your body. And you look at the levels of cholesterol that the doctors and everybody has been putting. In my 10 years of journey, last 10 years of the health journey, I am seeing what number was earlier some 180, 200. Today it has become 140, 130, and they'll go on prescribing cholesterol medication. That's just a lobby, and they want to make money at the cost of us. Brain requires cholesterol, do you know? The brain requires maximum, it's fat it uses. The organ which has maximum fat is the brain. And cholesterol deficiency, cholesterol, if it is not in a certain number, we will have Alzheimer's, we will have memory problems, we will have all kinds of things. Today research is showing that. So what one is running behind, what one is chasing, one has to be very careful. This is a time tested place, especially the values and spiritual things. So there is so much of impact of it on our lives, and uh, the rishis, mahatmas, they have done for thousands of years, and shown the results. People have experienced the higher states of consciousness, oneness with the divine. All that has happened. So this land is so sacred, glorious, and this opportunity one should not miss. There may be various goals in life one may have, no doubt. But what he says here in Bhagavatam, which the Upanishads also say, that don't lose out this human opportunity to go beyond the cycle of birth and death. No other yoni can do that. No other place can do that. In the entire creation, if you think about it, this is a specific land where Jivan Mukti can be attained, especially in this Bharat Varsha. So many Mahatmas have attained it, shown us the way. If we abandon that and run behind some material thing, we will be again caught like this wild bird, fall back into the net of cycle of birth and death. This example is powerful. Why? Because see, this bird is trapped. Okay, by the hunter, the bird is trapped. But somehow that bird has escaped from it. Somebody helped it or whatever happened, the bird escaped. Now the bird again went and sat on the same tree and again did the same blunder and again got trapped. Like that, we are born in Bharat Varsha, in this human body, got this opportunity. Some Mahatma has come around, helped us, something happened, and then we may even live a more spiritual life. And after some time, we feel, I think we have become very spiritual. I don't have many friends of mine like earlier. I think I should go back to my partying days. I think I should do this. I think I should do that. And I have seen literally people who have been living a committed life, understanding this path, taken to it, seen the benefits of it, all of a sudden just drop it. And go to what level of extremes of sense enjoyments and perverted thinking and whatnot. That example is this of this wild bird. Maya is very powerful. This is the land where Bhagavan has given one opportunity to exit quickly through surrendering to the Lord and doing actions devoted to Bhagavan and worshipping the Lord, having company of right devotees, listening to the Katha. Exit, one can exit once and for all. But if one doesn't use that opportunity, then it's like the wild bird, again fall. Not that anything that has been done in the past, those sadhanas will go for a waste. It will not, but the process will be further delayed. And so here, this beautiful thing he says. Then he says that in this land, there are both types of rituals available. So there are people who will do rituals to propitiate devatas like Indra, Varuna, Vayu, etc. and get blessings for whatever they want to enjoy in this life. Even this much is not known easily in the other countries. See, there are many ancient cultures which have actually believed in the divine beings. Greek culture also is there, Egyptian culture, many of them, they believe in the existence of devatas. What we call devatas, they will call divine beings or angels or whatever names, terminologies they will have. Some of them use even the word gods. So Zeus, like that, Greek mythology has that. They have gods for everything. So that has happened in many countries, in many cultures also. Here it has got elaborately investigated, done, understood, propitiate each one, how to do all that, and this knowledge has sustained. So here he says that under diverse names, Indra, Agni, etc., Bhagwan only is invoked, and he will give the Yajman whatever they seek. So the Sakama Yajna which is done, or a puja or a ritual, whatever it may be, for a particular purpose, for a child, for wealth, for enjoyment, for fame, for freedom from disease, anything, whatever one wants. Appropriate ritual is done, mantras are chanted, ahutis are offered. So Bhagwan will bless. So he says that Bhagwan will bless. And whatever you offer, Bhagwan only will accept that. That has come earlier also. One should not think that, oh, I'm just putting it in the fire and it's a mechanical ritual and what is this? Arey, Bhagwan is the Agni. You know, in the 11th chapter, when we are doing on Thursday evenings, that time also I had explained. Deepta Hutasha Vaktram is the one name, one expression that comes in the 11th chapter. Huta means what is offered in the yajna, ahutis. And Huta Asha means one who consumes what you offer. And that fire is the mouth of Bhagwan. So whatever I'm offering, Bhagwan is taking directly. With that bhav, one should do that sadhana of any ahuti one does in the havan. One should not think, I am just offering some havan samagri into the fire. Kya hota hai isse? That is all stupid skepticism. The bhav is Bhagwan only is in the form of Agni and I am offering this. Bhagwan is consuming, and Bhagavatam also says that same thing. That Bhagwan will take, gladly accepts and eats the oblation set apart for different gods in due proportion and poured into the sacrificial fire. With reverence according to the correct procedure while reciting the sacred texts and with regard to the substance. Bhagwan will take all that and Bhagwan will grant that person what the blessing that person wants. But he will grant only that much that this devotee wants. But those who do Nishkam sadhana, they do the same ritual, but they do only for love of the Lord. Bhagwan says he gives himself to them. I mean, Shukdev ji says here that he gives himself to that devotee, meaning infinity, oneness, mukti, all that. So he says, to them who adore him, seeking nothing of him, he vouchsafe reveals of his own accord his own lotus feet. And you know, this expression is very beautiful here. The expression is Swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichhatam ichha pidhanam. Pidhanam means to close, lid. No, lid is there to close. He says, what is the ichha pidhanam? Nijapada pallavam. Bhagwan will put the lotus feet of his on the heart of this devotee and close that heart of the devotee, meaning no new desires will arise in that devotee and the devotee attains mukti. What a nice expression, no? Bhagwan puts his feet, closes the heart, no new desire will arise. Meaning that Jiva cycle of birth and death is finished after that. No, Jiva will not be reborn. Jiva will become one with the Lord. Because desire is that which will create more and more bodies. No new desire is arising. Existing prarabdha over. Devotion to Bhagwan one has. Sanchit karma will also get burnt away fully. Here and now, mukti, finished. That's the glory of human life. So, sakam karma also one can do, attain various things, what one wants, which other jivas cannot do. Nishkam karma one can do and attain mukti. In Bharat Varsha, especially, this Jivan Mukti is the most important. And so that's the prayer that one has when one is loving the Lord and just doing the seva or whatever ritual one is doing. One says, Bhagwan, you just close my heart with your foot. You ensure that the heart is sealed. No new desire will arise. Why? Because the joy is in Bhagwan's Namasmaran, in his sadhana, in surrender of the ego. Every other joy is a borrowed joy. Eating chocolate with the wrapper. Here you remove the wrapper fully. Finished. Enjoy the chocolate direct. So that is this. So all Vishayananda is Brahmananda only, but in small, limited measure. This is Brahmananda direct. So that's what he says. Will satiate one's longing for all time, meaning there will be no more longing that will arise. If there is any religious merit following from a good sacrifice duly performed, a religious discourse properly delivered, or any noble act done by us, still left to our credit after enjoying the pleasures of heaven, meaning after enjoying all this, if there is anything left, then what we should do? The devatas are feeling that with that merit, may we be born on this earth. See that. Let us be blessed with an incarnation in the Ajanabha Varsha. Earth meaning I meant this, our Bharat Varsha. Ajanabha Varsha is the name of Bharat Varsha before. Endowed with the consciousness that Hari alone is worthy of adoration. So I should be born, meaning all my merit after I have enjoyed everything in the heaven, if any merit is left, may that be used to be born in Bharat Varsha with this bhav that I should attain oneness with Hari. Inasmuch as we know that Sri Hari extends his blessings and grace to those who worship him. This is the beauty of Bharat Varsha. See, again, I'm saying there's no problem. Anybody wants to travel anywhere, go, because Bhagwan alone is everywhere. But the land has its own speciality. Rivers here, mountains here, and where you go everywhere, people will say, here Ramji has slept, here Sita ji was there, here Krishna Bhagwan lifted this mountain, here he has visited, here this. Everywhere you will see Shivji, Krishna Bhagwan, Ramji, Hanumanji, something or the other is there of Bhagwan. What a divine place. That is the identity of Bharat. And that is what Bharat has been known for. The glorious temples, cultures, values, so beautiful things. Now we are doing ulta. We want to have our identity based on some big skyscraper and big monuments and some material kinds of things. And there's nothing wrong in building anything big if you want to, but the real thing comes from the spiritual center, these values. And so this chapter concludes where Shukdev ji says that I told you about the 8 dvipas in Jambu Dvipa. And now this, so all this, Ketumala Varsha and Hari Varsha and this Bharat Varsha and Kimpurusha Varsha, all these, these are 8 Varshas, which Jambu Dvipa is divided into these. Then he says that, sorry, 9, those are 9 Varshas. Then King Sagar Raja's 60,000 children, that will come in the 9th canto. When that horse was stolen away, then the Sagar Raja's children went about searching for that horse. So they have divided. So he says, some wise men, O king, speak of 8 minor dvipas comprised in Jambu Dvipa. So Jambu Dvipa is divided into these 8 minor varshas and brought into existence by the sons of King Sagara while digging up the globe on all sides in the course of their search for the horse. Now what are these 8? So they are known as Swarna Prastha, Chandra Shukla, Avartana, Ramanaka, Mandara Harina, Panchajanya, Simhala, and Lanka. These are the 8 divided. So in this way, the division of Jambu Dvipa into so many varshas has been described to you, O dwell among the descendants of Bharata, even as this was told to Shukadevji by his own guru. So that's where this chapter will end. Now, earlier varshas, what we saw, different parts of this Jambu Dvipa and all that, so a little more a description of this 6 dvipas, etc. will come now, that we will see. Various varshas we saw, and how Gangaji flows and all that was given earlier. Now more detailing, more divisions of this Jambu Dvipa, and some more details of that will come now. So for today we will stop here. Any questions?
Swamiji, I just wanted to ask you, actually, I don't know how it's so coincidental. The same discussion was going on with some people about uh, yonis and things. So I just want to understand, when it's saying over here only in Bharat Varsh, means only in India, when you're born, do you go through all these lokas? Or, I mean, how can it be? It's humans, right? So it should be applicable to all humans. I mean, I'm confused.
See, the point is, if you know something, you will strive for it, right?
Yes.
As I said that in the other cultures also, they have had the belief of existence of various deities. I have not read too many other cultures that way, but I am not sure whether they have a method to become a devata. Here there is a method. You do this ritual, attain this punya, you will become a devata. So you can take the position of Indra and Agni and Vayu and all that. At that time, not sure whether the other cultures have that possibility, because earlier it was said what, that you can become a devata, you can become a asura, you can become again a human, meaning that purushartha kshamata you have. So in general, being born on earth, you have the capability as a human being to do purushartha, and you can choose and do what you like with your life, and dependent on whatever is your mindset, you can face whatever karma you have and build a different future. That capacity everybody has. Specifically in Bharatvarsh, because the Vedic knowledge is there and the science has developed so deeply here, then there are methods to attain not only things here but even in the hereafter, and then understand about lokas and go there and continue and attain liberation. That much of depth may not be there in other places, but general capacity of freedom is there in any human body, anywhere on this earth. That is no problem.
Okay, Swami. Thank you.
Yes, Nikaji.
Hariom Swamiji. So, like in her context only, I can say that in other countries, wherever you go, you don't see there as many churches or whatever the temples, or it means your mind is always into shopping and moving around and traveling and eating and those things. Where in Bharat Desh, we see every places we go, there is lot of bhakti and lot of temples and lot of guidance has been like given, which is not seen wherever I have traveled. So that time our mind also gets, like locked. If we are not like based in our culture, then our mind also will be running around for the material world. So that is the reason, maybe it is for that. And for me, my question was that Devaloka is we say that it's a Bhog Yoni. So, like when we say that we go to upper lokas, that Jana or Mahat, whatever the all seven. So there, can we do the japa and like sadhana and upasana and everything?
Yeah, those are meant for sadhanas only. But as I said, most of them are individual sadhanas. People will do their sadhana. That's why it is called tapaloka, because tapasya is being done. Satyaloka also, or Brahmaloka also, the jiva is sitting in contemplation. Nididhyasana one is doing. So
from
sadhanas will happen, but they are not samohik sadhanas. And so only the rare ones who have that much of sattva guna, that much of vairagya and introvertedness, they are able to sit there and do the sadhana.
Okay, so like then they do come back to the human form also, or from there only they go ahead and that
No,
how
they
we have
may.
learned
So
from
according to karma only it will all be. So that's why if you see in the Gita in the 8th chapter, Bhagavan says, Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna.
yeah.
Even from Brahmaloka one can come back.
So there also you get like you have a environment of getting distracted. So you have to be more focused on your sadhana, like how
No,
it
it
is.
is not about distraction. It is about your background of your karma. So if you are in, let us say, Brahmaloka or Tapoloka, to what level you have a certain karmic background, punya, etc., to that much time, for that much time you are in that place. Now, if some other vasana is manifesting based on the law of karma, that sanchit karma, when it is ready to fructify, if it needs you to have a body which is to be taken on this earth, then from Brahmaloka one comes to earth.
But then there are chances of getting distracted, or they can like they get the same atmosphere with the like parents who are having bhakti gnan, and then they get those kind of
Yeah, all
atmosphere.
that will depend on what
Depends on
vasana
the
you have.
vasana, sanchit karma only, like whatever the
Yeah.
sanchit karma.
So if
We
that
can.
karma is having that much of punya, then as it is said, yoga brashtopi jayate, shuchinam srimatam gehe, the 6th chapter tells that, no? But if that is not there, and one has to be born in some enjoyment oriented thing because of some past karma, then one will go into those yonis, and then when that sattvic karma fructifies, again come back into the human and sadhana, etc.
So our efforts is in present, like just we do the whatever the present moment is. We take the call of doing the sattvic karma or doing, like get distracted and do the some other things. So
But
our efforts is in present moment only. The
our
rest will
effort
be
is in the now. Correct. We can't do it. We don't know our Sanchit. We don't know what is the future. We don't know anything. Prarabdha also.
yeah. So whatever comes, and we can stop with the sadhana. Otherwise, sometimes we get dragged into it, and then we do the prashit or whatever way. But that's the way we keep walking,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Swamiji.
Hari Om. We will conclude with the arati. Just a minute. मंगल आरती प्रिया प्रियमती मंगल मंगल शांति हरि बसनती मंगल मंगल सेवा सब संग मंगल शिव चंद्रिका मंगल छवि मंगल क्रोम श्याम रंगती मंगल अति कटी रे सखी मंगल चितमणि नागरपति मंगल शोभा मंगल माधुरी मंगल 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 चरण अरुण मंगल करणी भगति हरि मंगल जुगल प्रिया मंगल श्री राधा मंगल आरती प्रिया प्रीतमती मंगल प्रीति राधा कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम् नीमा विद्युतो भांसिकुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.